What's going on? We're back with another video today, and we're going to be discussing the Donovan Mitchell Cleveland Cavaliers trade. Came out of nowhere, but before we get into all of that, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe, especially if you found this video useful. So let's get into it. So Donovan Mitchell, he got traded to Cleveland today, basically for Laurie Markkanen, Colin Sexton, Agbaji, 3 first-round unprotected picks, and 2 pick swaps. Now, being from New York, this hurt me deeply because I really wanted to see Donovan Mitchell go to the Knicks. But Knicks apparently didn't want to give up 3 unprotected first-round picks. So Cleveland came in, snuck in, and just swiped them right out of our hands. But beyond that, let's talk about the trade. So it may seem like Cleveland gave up a lot of draft picks for Donovan Mitchell, but if you really think about it, Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, and Allen, they're all either 25 or under, if I recall correctly. I believe they're all on 25 or under. So their future is kind of set with those 4 as their big building blocks. They don't really need to build through the draft anymore. They could just go through free agency, sign some key role players, sign some great 6-man, if anything, and they're kind of set to go to compete pretty much from here on out until, you know, they have to break up that core. But Utah, on the other hand, they're headed toward a full-on rebuild. They have so many young players. I think their oldest players are probably Mike Conley and Bojan Bogdanovic. And don't be surprised if they get traded as well. I actually thought the Lakers might swoop in and try to trade Westbrook for Conley and Bogdanovic. That was before the Beverly trade, of course. But let's talk about Donovan Mitchell. So moving on to the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell averaged 25.9 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists per game on 44% shooting, 35% from 3 and 85% from the line. He's a hell of a player. Like, you can see over the course of his career, he's been going up and scoring every year. The last 2 years kind of pretty much the same. But he did average good amount. Where's his 3-point shot? His 3-point has been hovering around 34 to 39%. Free throw has always been pretty good, and his overall field goal has been around 43, 44, 45% over the years. Early on in his career, actually, he was a pretty damn good defender. He got a lot of praise for it, actually, especially because I think he's 6'3". He's 6'1", actually. Yeah. Wow, I thought he was 6'3". So he got a lot of praise for his defense, being an undersized shooting guard, combo guard, whatever you want to call him. But overall, in the last few years, it's kind of fallen off. He hasn't been showing the effort defensively as he has. The projected starting lineup for the Cavs now is what? Darius Garland, Mitchell, Caris LeVert, unless you want to throw in some more defense in the starting unit, put in Okoro, Evan Mobley at the power forward, and Jared Allen at center. So pretty stacked lineup, honestly. It's kind of crazy, especially considering that they barely missed the playoffs last year. I think they're gonna make a hell of a splash this year. I think they're a lock for the playoffs, honestly, even in a deep Eastern Conference, and that feels weird enough in itself to say. But let's talk about it in a fantasy point of view. Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion, is still going to be the #1 scorer on the team. He'll probably take that role away from Garland. Yes, Garland will probably still get his buckets. It might dip a little bit. If anything, it could even go up just because he's going to be shooting at such better percentages with defenses not honed in on him on the perimeter. Now they're going to be moving a little bit more toward Mitchell. So that's one thing to look at. Donovan Mitchell, crazy bucket getter, create his own shot. Like I said, he was good on defense early on, not so great now, but you know, there's still hope for that. Darius Garland, points probably will drop a little bit. Assist numbers should go up. Now he's passing to not only Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, he's also got Donovan Mitchell on the wings. You throw in a healthy Caris LeVert, which I believe they barely played together last year just because Caris LeVert was in and out, and if LeVert wasn't in and out, then Mobley was in and out. So the assist numbers there weren't all like too accurate, I would think. But now you have a healthy Mitchell, healthy LeVert, healthy Mobley, healthy Allen. Darius Garland's numbers should skyrocket. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, gonna get a ton of open looks. Same goes for Karis LeVert, same goes for Okoro and the rest of the lineup. Kevin Love's another player that's gonna be playing next to Donovan Mitchell and Garland from the second unit, gonna get a good number of shots up. For Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, I don't think this really impacts them as much because Donovan Mitchell is mostly gonna take a lot of the perimeter play away for them. Yes, there's not gonna be as many shots to go around as a whole, just because Donovan Mitchell, I think, put up 20 shots a game last year. So yeah, there won't be enough shots to go, as many shots to go around. But Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, I think if they can feed off of the offensive double teams or the pressure that Donovan Mitchell is facing, get wide open looks on the offensive end, I think they could really pop off this year. Especially if Evan Mobley's continues to improve, if Jared Allen continues to improve, this could be a hell of a year for them. Moving on to the Utah Jazz side of things. So now their starting lineup is projected to be what? Let's see. Conley, Sexton, Bojan Bogdanovic, Jared Vanderbilt, and Walker Kessler. That might be changing as we get closer to the season, just because I don't think they'll still keep Conley and Bogdanovic. I think they might trade them, try to get in more draft picks. Utah has 13 unprotected first-round draft picks right now, and that's a crazy amount. So if they continue that trend, I think Conley and Bogdanovic are going to get traded, but we'll see about that. They also have a pretty deep young bench. They have Jordan Clarkson, they have Malik Beasley, they have Taylor Horton-Tucker, who they just got from the Beverly trade, Alexander Walker, who they got earlier. It's a hell of a young team. I think they're headed toward that huge rebuilding phase. But let's talk about Colin Sexton. Averaged 16 points per game last year in 11 games, but overall for his career, averaging 20 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Not bad field goal, pretty good. Not bad from the 3, actually. I actually thought Colin Sexton shot way worse from 3 in his career, and not bad from free throw. Let's see. I mean, defensively, it is what it is. Colin Sexton is another 6'1" guard. Not too great defensively. I always thought of him more as a 6-man who just gives that offensive, like Lou Williams kind of punch off the second unit. So they also just signed him to a 4-year, $72 million extension. So a lot of pressures on him now to kind of perform, especially after his injury last year. Took him out for pretty much the entire season. He played only 11 games. So fantasy-wise, I think this is a huge boost for Colin Sexton. Now he doesn't have to play next to Garland, next to Mobley, next to Allen. Honestly, the keys to the offense might get handed to him right off the bat. It wouldn't be too crazy to think that if he's healthy, playing good, he averages upwards of 23 points per game, maybe even closer to 25. 25 may be a little bit of reach, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Moving on to other players, they got Laurie Markkanen, who could also maybe, if they do trade Bogdanovic just straight up for picks, might start at small forward. Average 15 points per game, 5 rebounds, 1 assist on 44% shooting, 36% from 3, 86 from the line, 54% effective field goal, all from playing the starting small forward in Cleveland through 61 games. Actually had kind of a little breakthrough. He started off great in his early years, then it kind of dipped down in Chicago. Eventually, he kind of showed signs of new life in Cleveland, although his points per game averages didn't go up a lot. And his field goal didn't go up a lot. If he was put into a new hole position at small forward. So it was a whole new experience, learning curve for him, I believe. And I feel like he did pretty good. The eye test, I thought he fit right in at small forward. So Laurie Markkanen is probably going to be another important piece for them. And now Agbaji, who is a rookie, 6'5", wingspan of 6'10", which is really crazy. Guard, can shoot the ball. If you look over here, over the course of his collegiate career, he started off at 30% from 3 and now ended up at 41% from 3. So he's shown a huge improvement from 3. Not only that, but his defense is top tier. He's gonna be like one of the up and coming 3-and-D guys in the league, kind of like a Danny Green type of guy. I don't expect him to score a bunch, but defensively and hitting shots from the wing, I think that's where Agbaji is really going to strive. Now, in the terms of fantasy impact, I think this is huge for the Jazz. They may really have some sneaky fantasy players. Colin Sexton for one. Bogdanovich is probably going to put up close to 20, 18 points per game, especially if he stays on the team. If not, then obviously Laurie might slot in, Taylor Horton-Tucker might slot in, Malik Beasley might slot in, even Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So there's so much potential fantasy-wise for the Jazz, especially because in recent history it's shown that bad NBA teams provide great fantasy years. So if the Jazz could kind of build off that with Sexton and their new players and all these young guys they have now, it might be a team to watch in terms of fantasy. For Cleveland, we touched on this before. It's a lot bit more spreading the offense through the new big four, if you want to call them that. Donovan Mitchell, I still think is going to be the number one scorer. I see a huge uptick in efficiency for all four of the guys, and not a big uptick, but a slight uptick in assists for Darius Garland. But let me know what you guys think of the trade down below. You think Cleveland gave up too much? You think they gave up too little? You think it was a steal for them? How do you feel about the Jazz having 13 unprotected first-round picks? Let me know everything down below. What do you think? You think Cleveland's going to make the playoffs? Everything like that. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.